on this week's vlog. It is Thursday, the 21st of May. This weekend we're going to roller derby. It'll be the baby's first time going to roller derby. My friends are bringing ear protection for him. I'm not a dick. I'm not just gonna let my kid's ears get fucked up. Yeah, ear protection for him. It'll be a good time. Also, my mom is coming over today so that I can shower. I love parenthood. Yeah, what are we doing? I am going to talk about what I'm going to read today. My plan is to start and finish The Storm by Rachel Hawkins. This is a thriller. I like Rachel Hawkins. Sometimes her endings fall flat, but I like her books, so it's going to be a quick and easy read, frankly. And I was going to start a book that my book club had initially picked. But then Ozzy started it, and Ozzy was like, hey bestie, the author is transphobic. I had picked the book. Like, I was the one who recommended it because I hadn't read it before. I thought it would be interesting. The concept is interesting. It's called Hags, The Demonization of Middle-Aged Women by Victoria Smith. And I thought, I'm gonna hate read this. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna hate read it for content. It'll be good. It'll be good. I haven't had a book just piss me off in a really long time. Like, and everybody really loves a hate read, right? So I started it yesterday. I got about 25% in. I need you to know that the first 10% of the book is just the fucking introduction. So, like, let me start there with this book. It is not that the book, like, we'll get into content, like the opinions that we disagree on, but the book is badly written. A lot of people are like, I don't agree with her, but you know, that's the problem. Her arguments are really well written. Every paragraph has, like, almost every paragraph has like 2 or 3 references to outside individuals. And I understand this is a nonfiction book. It is supposed to be a think piece. I get that we refer to other people when we write those things. However, it makes me feel that your argument is not grounded in enough of your own thoughts and your own things that you had to go out and seek other people to make you feel better about your opinions. Also, she goes on about being called a Karen. And let me pull up some of my highlights. I think we should talk about some of my highlights here. Right, I highlighted every time that in just the introduction that she referred to another person as 1, 2, 3, 4, that I caught 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 times. Yeah. She writes, in today's iteration of ageist sexism, complaining to the manager and being entitled have been identified as the key sins committed by middle-aged women, particularly but not exclusively white ones. Middle-aged women are apparently the worst online trolls, the worst drunks, or simply the worst. To which I noted, but being entitled is a problem with older generations, regardless of gender. I recognize that calling even men Karen does put women in a category and a bucket inherently, right? I recognize that. Wow, you guys are getting a rant and I only read 25% before I'm gonna DNF this book. That's crazy. That's crazy. Anyway, I recognize that referring to even men as Karens is saying that only women behave this way. It's very much going, you're acting like a girl. I get that. But you, as a privileged fuck-ass heteronormative white woman, are privileged and entitled. And if you think speaking to the manager is all that the baseline of a Karen is, you're wrong. It's and she does even mention that, like, she mentions racism, but she kind of like glosses over it, at least in the introduction. And yeah, who wants to be one of those women who dare to keep existing, speaking, and asking to see the manager after the reproductive peak. Wouldn't it be less embarrassing all around for us all to hold our tongue? To which I noted, did she get called a Karen? Because it's giving, I got called a Karen and I disagree. And yes, sometimes women get called a Karen and they're being completely reasonable, but most of the time, they're literally not. And most of the time, the employees that you're bitching about because you want to speak to a manager do not fucking get paid enough to deal with whatever fuck-ass attitude that you have. That's it. As I get older, there are times that I'm like, I'm being a little bitchy to staff, but also do your fucking job. And then I'm like, whoa, rein it in. None of us get paid enough to do our fucking jobs anymore. You know? Rein it in. Another thing, she has this long paragraph that's like, the fantasy of feminism is that once we get rid of all the old people, then feminism is going to be wonderful and great. Once we're rid of the bigots, it's going to be wonderful and great. The old lady bigots. And then she disagrees with that sentiment. Wrong. Yes, we should get rid of the bigots, male or female. Any of them. Let's get rid of them. I don't give a fuck if you're a woman. I don't. See, at one point in my feminism journey, I thought, you gotta be a girl's girl. Like, you gotta defend the girls. You gotta stand up for them. Because, you know, support women's wrongs. I still support women's wrongs, but women are not always right. And it is okay to say that. And the attitude of this book is that we should not hold older women accountable for being bigoted because it's not feminist to hold them to a level of accountability and expect them to learn and grow. But alternatively, the young women who are doing that are monstrous, horrible little creatures who don't know that one day ageism is coming for them. Is that not? Does that not? Whatever. She also says, from the moment we are born female, we are conditioned to feel ashamed not just of our appearance, but our biology and our desires, and also other women and our connection to them. A measure of this shame is the hesitation I felt even typing born female, as if to state the innate bond it is to tie women down, lumping them together with creatures they may not wish to be. It is impossible to have a feminist class politics as long as we are in denial over what it is we have in common. I said transphobia mark 1. I didn't get to the other ones because I didn't read more. She quotes J.K. Rowling. Congrats to J.K. Rowling, decided to fuck you. My experience of being a middle-aged woman is significantly affected by the fact that I am a white, middle-class, heterosexual, and have children. I list these things neither to downplay the social and embodied experiences middle-aged women share, nor in an effort to absolve myself for any implicit or explicit bias in the pages that follow. The privilege of women such as myself means that we are often viewed as the default middle-aged woman. It also means that our privilege can be a conduit through which to attack all middle-aged women. I know numerous working-class lesbians and child-free women who have found themselves treated as honorary heterosexual middle-class mummies in the name of hag hate. While this does not make being viewed as the default middle-aged women any less advantageous, it does make the work of challenging hag hate more complex and fraught. Listen, live your best life, whatever. There's a bloodlessness to the liberal feminist rehabilitation of the witch. When the actress Emma Watson, presenting an award at the 2022 BAFTAs, declared she was here for all the witches, this was to be taken as a dig at the older, supposedly exclusionary J.K. Rowling. Supposedly. Right. So, I was supposed to get 25% into that today. I'm DNFing it. I shall not be reading that. I would not. I'd rather die. So, I'm not going to read it. That's, I'm actually just gonna mark it as yes in my thing. And call it a day. I'm DNFing it. So yeah. I don't know what other book I'm gonna read with my eyes. I think that was really the big ones I had left. Yeah, that was the big ones I had left before I start my Inker reread, so you didn't know. I'm sure I can find something else though. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm tired. I'm so sleepy. I could get into why I'm sleepy, but I don't want to. I'll talk to you all later. Okay, thanks, bye. Hello, good morning. It is Friday the 22nd. Now this is not what I'm wearing for the day. This is what I'm wearing right now. Okay? Thank you. Yeah, Friday the 22nd. Yesterday, I read some books. I sure did. What did I read yesterday? I started this and finished The Storm by Rachel Hawkins. 4-star read. I liked it. I did enjoy it. I did have fun reading it. However, one of the main characters, I can't tell you why I don't like this. Sorry, I can't tell you. But it made me uncomfortable. And it's not anything that would make anybody else uncomfortable. It's a me issue. Unfortunately, I can't tell you what the reason is. Due to privacy reasons. But I didn't like it. Moving on from that topic, I did start Wife Shaped Bodies by Laura Cranehill. I was only supposed to get 25% into it. I'm 77% in. I have 3 chapters left. Right. This book is so good. This book is, sorry, you can see the sleep lines from when I was sleeping so hard on my pillow. This book is stupidly good. I really, really, really am enjoying it. Like a lot. So, I'm having a great time reading it. I'm gonna end up finishing it today, which brings us to what I'm reading today. I'm going to be starting and getting 50% into the Ministry of Time at minimum. Could be finishing it, could not be finishing it. Depends on how the day goes. We've got outages from last night that I'm gonna have to deal with, so that's a whole other thing. And then I'm gonna be finishing Wife Shaped Bodies. I wasn't planning on finishing Wife Shaped Bodies, but like initially, but now I am. Which means, wait, I was gonna say, I think I'm going to pick a book out of the book jar. Would like to pick an audiobook and an ebook. I've got a week left in the month, and I have I'm running out of books. Okay, we've got a nonfiction. I'm sorry for my loss. Cool. I don't remember if that is, I'm so glad for past me who put these in like a spreadsheet. Audiobook. Oh, no, I don't think I can read this right now, actually. We're gonna put this one to the side. It's about pregnancy loss, stillbirth, reproductive care. I am currently not in a place mentally to read that. I'm doing great in therapy. I don't think this is the book for me right now, so we're gonna pick another one. We've got Make Me a Monster by Kaylin Barron. Let's see. Okay, this is a ebook that I will be reading. Cool. And then we've got The God in the Gummy Hole by Sophie Kim. This is a fantasy book. Perfect. That's all I got for you. Perfect. Those are the 2 books I'll be adding to what we got going on, because yeah, we're gonna put this back in the jar, and I will read it when I'm ready. I'm definitely running out of books in here, so, and we're about halfway through, so I'll probably make some more and print them out and put them in there. I should probably do that today, actually. I'm gonna check my blood pressure, see what's going on there, and I'll talk to you guys later. Okay, thanks, bye.
Just manages to get out of the back and is getting ready to come out with the back. Goes to the shell, gets out of the front, racks out.
Every time I go film this vlog update, there's something else wrong. I started it, no camera card. Cool, put the camera card in. Started it again, battery's dying. I flipped on record though, so we're good now. Or we should be. Hi, hello. Don't ask me what's happening to my hair. I don't know. I'm running on like 3 hours of sleep for the 2nd day in a row. Ugh, the first day, I could blame the fact that like it was totally on me. The baby slept great. It was just me. I was the problem. But last night, the baby heard that I was taking over all of the night shift, so that at 5 I could be done. And he said, bet. And I woke up every 2 hours. Hungry. So might be going through a growth spurt. I don't know. Anyway, hi. It's Tuesday the 26th. I didn't update yesterday because it was a, what? A holiday. Yep. It was Memorial Day. So I didn't update. Ozzy and I hung out though. It was a good time. That's really all you need to know about how that day went. Let's talk about what I read on Friday. I got 50% into The Ministry of Time. Frankly, kind of indifferent. Sorry, my mommy loves this book and I am pretty indifferent. It's not bad, I'm just like, I don't really think I care. And that sounds terrible, but I'm just like, okay, I guess stuff is happening. I'm gonna file my nails, so if that sound bothers you, sorry. Hopefully you don't hear it, because I'm gonna do it under the desk, but anyway. Then I, Friday, got 50% into Make Me a Monster. I also think I read something else Friday, too. Like, finished something else that I hadn't talked about, and I want to make sure. Finished The Storm, and I talked about it. Wife-shaped bodies. We'll come back to that because we'll come back to that because I'm gonna need to talk about it for a little bit. But I started Make Me a Monster and got 50% into it. Today I was supposed to be getting 75% into it. I went ahead and finished it. It's by Kaylin Bayron. I really like Kaylin Bayron's writing. She's from San Antonio. I liked this book. I thought it was a fun kind of twist on Frankenstein and like his descendants, and Frankenstein is the doctor, not the monster, in case anybody wasn't sure. And I really enjoyed that. I don't know. And then yeah, so I finished it this morning. Actually, while I was pumping, I went ahead and finished it during my last pump session. So cool. It was good, solid. Teenagers be teenagering, though. YA just kind of hit or miss for me the older I get. I think that's fair because I am not the intended audience. Our main character, it almost felt like our main character could have and should have been written as an adult, but we didn't write an adult book. I don't know. You know? 4-star read. 4-star read. Wife-shaped bodies. I finished this book and immediately told Ozzy she had to read it now. I told like a bunch of people they had to immediately read it now. We love mushroom wives. We love mushroom horror. We love plagues. It was fucking weird. It was a very weird book. I left it feeling enraged, not at the book, but at men. I was like, fuck all men, I hate them. Caveat, I do think, and I think there should be like maybe a trigger warning for pregnancy loss. So there's your warning if you do decide to read this. But I think that because of everything I've been through and being a parent now myself, some of these horror concepts hit harder. So there's that too. The book may not hit as hard for others as it did for me. It is not, pregnancy loss is not a major plot point or anything, but bearing children is. So, mushroom wives having babies, major plot points. It's not a very long book. I finished it, I think, in like 2 sittings, and I really, really, really recommend it, honestly. Incredible. I just truly did not expect it to be as good as it was. That's not to say anything bad about it or anything. I don't think I had anticipated it to. I just like picked it up on a whim, so I didn't anticipate it to be so good. What I'm reading today, I'm going to be finishing The Ministry of Time, because that needs to be done. And then I'm going to be starting my reread of Inkheart, which is for June, and it is the 26th. However, I'm going to take my time moseying on through it because my birthday's Friday, so I don't plan on reading too much then. And I plan on moseying on through. I am filming my reread of Inkheart, so most of my updates for that you guys are not going to get. That's going to go on a standalone video. I'm rereading it so that I can read the 4th book that came out recently, which is wild because I remember when Ink Death came out. I was like, how old was I when Ink Death came out? Hold on. in the United States. Oh, what's funny is I don't think I realized at the time that it was originally written in German. 2008 was when Chicken House released it, and I'm gonna guess that that was the English release was 2008. Yeah. Back when you had to wait 2 fucking years to get a paperback of a copy of a book. How old was I in 2008? 13. I had to have been about 13. So, yeah, I distinctly remember waiting for Ink Death to come out and being so excited. Because my mom worked for a school too, we got to go to a warehouse, like, book sale that, like, teachers got to go to. And I got to look at so many books. I don't have a lot of childhood memories, but that is one that I don't actually, like, remember any details. I just, like, vaguely remember the experience. And I like, had to confirm I didn't make this up when I was talking to my mom about it once. But, yeah, I think we got, like, ink spell. I have my special editions over there. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look and see if I can get them, if the 4th book was ever released in this edition, because this was like a special run. Like, I don't know if they ever did Ink Death. I need to look up who published this edition, like what this edition is called, and then we'll go from there. I think it's Chicken House. It's Chicken House. They're beautiful. I think these covers are beautiful. So, but it's paperback, and I don't know when the other one came out. This is covered in dust. It's been on top of my wall. Let's see if Chicken House. Right. Yeah. I click on Cornelia Fong. They do, but it is UK only. Wood Waterstones shipped to the United States. Oh, is it only in hardback still? This looks like it would deliver. I don't want to log into Elle's, or I don't want to log into Art's account. I don't know, I'll look at this later. But it looks like I can get it, so that'll be good. One more nail, it's fucked up. My nails have gotten 2 more nails, so long since giving birth, which seems not how that's supposed to work. Especially with breastfeeding, you'd think that all my nutrients would be currently being used. I don't know. Anyway, this is a 10-minute update. I'm so sorry to editing me, although it might be shorter with me cutting out a lot of me rambling. But either way, I'm sorry to editing me for having to deal with currently. Thanks bestie. I don't know why I talk about editing me, like she's a whole separate entity to me, but you know, anyway. Oh, one last thing, book blanket. I started sewing them on. I sewed one on, and then my son freaks out every time he feels too hard to touch his body when he's sleeping, which is why I have not been able to do a whole lot of crocheting, because I wear him to sleep for his naps during the day, and yeah, it's cool, it's fine, we'll figure something out. He'll eventually grow out of that. A lot of people are going to disagree with me on that, but he will eventually grow out of that because he sleeps fine at night. We don't have to snuggle and wear him, whatever. Sometimes in the morning he's like, no, we don't want to settle, and then Aiden will just hang out with him on his chest, but that I think is a little different. But for the most part, he sleeps fine in his bed. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I got stuff to do. I'll talk to you guys later. Okay, thanks, bye. Good morning. Do I look tired? It's because I am. I need to text my brother happy birthday. It is Wednesday, the 27th. Reading. I didn't actually start Inkheart. I meant to, but I didn't. I'm going to today. Promise. I know you don't care, but I'm going to today. I did finish The Ministry of Time. It was fine. It was fine. 3-star read. I found it a little boring. I'm sorry, I found it a little boring. But that's because it's like historical fantasy, and that's just not my And I knew that going into it, so that's on me. The plan today, this is gonna be a quick update because I'm so fucking tired. The plan today is I need to sew 5 more blocks of the book blanket onto the book blanket if I want to be done by the end of this week. You're sliding down, I'm not gonna fix it, I'm just not gonna deal with it. Then for reading, the plan today, I want to start the God and the Gumiho? I probably said that wrong. Yeah, that. And then I'm also going to start Inkheart for sure now. I mean it this time. It's fine. I'm starting it early anyway, so yeah. But yeah, that's the update. That's it. That's all I got. This vlog sucks because there's no B-roll. I mean, I think there's some footage from when we went roller derby, but sorry. It's kind of hard to take B-roll when all I'm doing is working and reading and taking care of a baby and not sleeping. You know, it is what it is. I also need to film my wrap up at some point. When? I don't know. Whenever I take a shower, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna go. Okay, thanks, bye. Over here triple checking. There's actually a camera card in here. Hi, it is Thursday the 28th, which means I will be closing the vlog out here. I did get 25% into Inkheart. You don't get to hear about that. That's going to be on a different video. But I did get 25% into it. And then I also got 50% into the God. Okay, we're sliding. Into the God and the Giswin. No, and the Gumiho. God and the Gumiho. The Giswin one is, I'm reading that next week. It's the sequel. Next month, not next week. I am enjoying the God and Gumiho. I love haters to possible lovers. And I don't mean enemies. I mean, they just like don't like each other. They're not enemies. They're just haters. You know? Not everything is like an enemy. It's like, I don't know. Anyway, I'm enjoying it. I think it's fun. Today I need to, I'm not telling you, it's a secret. I'll tell you in next week's vlog. Next week's vlog will have my birthday. Tell me happy birthday. You're gonna be late though, like 6 weeks late, but tell me happy birthday. I'm gonna go. I'll talk to you guys later. Okay, thanks, bye.